Okay, well, welcome everyone who's joined us so far. I hope you've managed to find time for some lunch or a coffee or breakfast, depending on where in the world you're joining us from. And welcome to Rakuten Advertising's Global Partner Connect with a focus on the APAC region today. So in terms of our agenda for today, we're going to start with an introduction from Ceres Cueva, who is the head of Global Publisher Partnerships here at Rakuten Advertising. I'll take us through the APAC Network Spotlight and introduce myself when it's time. And then we have three fantastic panelists or presenters from News Corp, Parole Paris and PerformID, who are here to share more about their business and the exciting momentum here in the APAC region. So first off, Ceres Cueva, again, our head of Global Publisher Partnerships, would like to say a few words.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first Rakuten Advertising Global Partnership Week. I'm Ceres Cueva, head of Global Publisher Partnerships at Rakuten Advertising, and I'm thrilled to be joining you. We understand that a network is only as strong as the publishers that are a part of it, and that's why this week we're celebrating the diverse, globally reaching partners that make up our network and the work they're doing in driving the affiliate industry forward. And here is a small snapshot of some of the partners that represent our 150,000 plus strong network. Thanks to the efforts of our publisher acquisition team, who are dedicated to finding and recruiting new publishers to our network, we're seeing an average 5,000 new publishers join our network each month. Some of these represent the ongoing growth and expansion in content, tech, finance, and payment partners. We will ensure that we continue to recruit and help optimize new, on-brand, and diverse partners into our ecosystem. I wanted to take the opportunity today to give you an update on our network and the team supporting our partners' growth. Our publisher partnerships team, who are dedicated to acquiring, onboarding, activating, and nurturing our publishers, have expanded to a team of 40. Our team is spread across the globe in our core markets of the US, Canada, Brazil, the UK, France, Germany, China, South Korea, Singapore, and Australia, and are supporting 23 high-growth markets across the Americas, Europe, and Asia. Combined, this team speaks 12 languages, meaning we're fully equipped to help broker new partnerships between publishers and advertisers without language barriers. The reduction of language barriers allows us to work more collaboratively with our partners and to work together in advancing the affiliate industry. We believe that part of driving the industry forward is diversity within partnerships. Diverse partnerships meet a broader range of needs and also allow for a more collaborative approach to achieving goals. We have two great examples of this today. The first, Naver, the Google of South Korea. Naver can convert an advertiser's data feed into their required format, allowing local South Korean consumers to easily browse and shop on international sites. During the pandemic, Naver ran a live streaming campaign for one of our luxury clients, taking shoppers on a virtual trip to Paris. Next, we have card-linked partners, which are a strong area of growth for many of our clients. They allow advertisers to target consumers based on historical transactional data with both an individual retailer and relevant competitors, serving bespoke incentives and offers. Through a partnership with Reward, Harvey Nichols were able to tailor their campaign around new, existing, and lapsed customers with different offers being served to each audience group. In an effort to drive the industry forward, we launched the Rakuten Advertising International Collective, or RAKE, earlier this year. RAKE brings together experienced global affiliate marketers from publishers and advertisers to discuss and promote how affiliate marketing can be used as a strategic digital channel. Together with RAKE, we've produced a 5-stage blueprint for high-performance affiliate marketing, containing insights from Harvey Nichols, Microsoft, Reward, Beyond China, Retail Me Not, and Reward Style. For advertisers, the blueprint demonstrates the sophisticated mix of affiliate strategies that can be used throughout the customer journey, from discovery to conversion. And for publishers, it showcases how you can work more collaboratively with advertisers and the strategies and tools that you can implement to continue monetizing your offering. Finally, as we commit to driving the industry forward, we're ensuring that performance is done right. This means having the right partners and access to the right data, products fueled by the right technology, including an enhanced publisher dashboard and continued investment in publisher tools and technology, along with driving the adoption of in-app tracking with advertisers. And we're providing strategic guidance from the right people, a team dedicated to the growth and development of you, our publishers. We call this performance done right. On behalf of the Rakuten Advertising team, I'd like to once again welcome all of you to Global Partnership Week, where we celebrate all of our partners.
All right, well, excellent, and thank you to Ceres for providing the introduction for today's session. So my name is Stuart McLennan. I'm Senior Vice President for the APAC region here at Rakuten Advertising, and I'll be taking you through the APAC network spotlight and why we feel it's a very exciting time for us, our publishers, our partners, and our advertisers. Firstly, starting with our APAC publisher team, the superstars that we have in our team here across 3 locations within the region. We've got 2 people on the ground in Shanghai, China, looking after the Greater China region. We've got 3 people on the ground in Sydney looking after the ANZ region, and we have 5 people based in Singapore who are responsible for Southeast Asia, India, and Korea. Now, over the last 12 months, this team has grown by over 60%, as we recognize the importance of investment in this area to support a myriad of partners, be it advertisers or publishers, as they navigate this diverse market landscape. Because we all know APAC isn't a single region. There's many, many nuances to each and every market, which our advertisers and our publishers need support navigating. Ceres touched on this in her presentation, but in terms of what our publisher team do, there's 2 key areas of their role. Firstly, onboarding and activating. We spend significant time sourcing and managing publishers as they look to monetize their audiences and their content. These span a number of different publisher models, be it loyalty, be it cashback, be it content. We also recognize that without support, some of these publishers will struggle to grow. So we spend, again, a significant amount of time helping publishers achieve the maximum returns from their audiences. So we see this as a very key part of the role, particularly, as I've mentioned, with the diversity of not only the markets, but the increasing diversity of the publishers we see across the region. And 2021, what a year it's been, continues to be a little bit unsettled by the pandemic, but that pandemic has resulted in increasing shifts to online digital commerce. In the 9 months year to date, we've seen publisher sales increase by 33%. But when it comes to publisher commissions, we've seen this increase by 37%. And we see this as real testament to the value of affiliate marketing within clients' marketing mix, realizing the importance of publishers at driving really important relationships and also driving new customer acquisition as well as retention of customers. And of all of the new publishers that Ceres mentioned in her section, over a third of those are based in APAC. So we're seeing significant growth within this part of the world. So looking at some network trends, the biggest thing we've seen over the last year is continued surge in mobile sales, driven across the region. It's up 43% year on year. So Singapore, Taiwan leading the way in terms of mobile sales. You might notice that China is missing from this list, and due to the unique nature of China and a lot of the cross-border commerce that we manage on behalf of our advertisers, you tend to see a lot of users use desktop to take advantage of VPNs. So hence why, surprisingly, we see a lot more desktop in China, despite it being a very mobile-heavy market. So continuing with network trends and looking at publisher category growth, I guess the pandemic has seen people shop online more. They're more savvy. They're looking for the best deals. And as a result, we've seen loyalty rewards really spike this year with near 50% year-on-year growth. Similarly, we're seeing sub-network and content, who together make up the content arm of our network, increased by close to 26%. Now, this is people spending more time online, but also kind of that content commerce piece really starting to play a part as people are looking for inspiration and then immediate purchase. And we've got a speaker today, Jade from News Corp, who is going to talk about how they're really pivoting their model to monetize their audiences. But what's also really interesting is we're starting to see the barriers break down between publisher types. We're seeing cashback publishers become content publishers, looking to also take advantage of social commerce. So those lines are becoming blurred in what was previously a cashback or a loyalty, now is also content and social commerce. And in terms of market growth, yes, India's big numbers off a low base, but it's showing that India still has significant opportunity to grow alongside some of the core markets in Greater China, which continue to grow. In Australia, which is seen as more of a mature market, we've seen 39% growth year over year, and we continue to expect that to grow over the coming years. And affiliate is evolving. No more is it just a last-click channel. It's very much a full funnel channel for advertisers as publishers develop new technologies, new solutions to help advertisers reach their audiences. We're seeing a lot more content play. We're seeing a lot more social commerce when it comes to full funnel. And what we're also seeing on our network is a doubling of the number of advertisers who are using first-click commissioning to reward both the first-click and the last-click publishers, and really looking at a total return on investment across their program rather than looking at it specifically at a single publisher base, which is really exciting to see. Online to offline, obviously impacted by the pandemic, but we see this really growing. In the periods where there weren't lockdowns, we saw a number of advertisers really invest in this area, and a lot of new publishers really create new solutions in this space. Audience segmentation is becoming increasingly important. We've got Alex from PerformID here to talk to us today about what he's doing in that space. And I think the evolution of card-linked offers and also some publishers looking to match advertiser customer personas really make this an exciting time for affiliate marketing. Mobile, as we discussed, is accelerating. This is big news for a lot of our advertisers. It does mean we need to start thinking about tracking differently. App to app becomes increasingly important, as Ceres mentioned. And then technology. So we're seeing a number of technology publishers enter the market, be it for conversion rate optimization or beyond. We're seeing technology partners really come in and disrupt in this space. In terms of emerging models, card-linked offers, mentioned it previously, this is a really exciting space. We've got 6 card-linked offer publishers in Australia and several more across the APAC region. Linking financial data to audience targeting is extremely exciting for us, particularly with how well finance institutions know their audiences. It's very exciting for advertisers. Content commerce, as we said, Jade will talk you through this. This is, again, a very exciting area of development within the affiliate space. Buy now, pay later, 4.2% of transactions are expected to be done through buy now, pay later providers by the year 2025, which represents billions and billions of dollars of commerce spend. How they are planning to monetize their audience is going to be extremely interesting to watch in terms of repeat purchase plus new customer acquisition. Really exciting development within the industry. Concierge apps, in particular in China, are really allowing global advertisers an easy door into a market such as China, taking on logistics, language, and inventory, making it much, much easier for new brands to enter China. And then social commerce and live stream. We have a great speaker later, Shirley, who will be talking about Parole Paris and how they are looking to take advantage of this mega trend, which originated from China, but is now making a big splash across Southeast Asia and the rest of the world. And so the future is APAC. Key shopping dates, Singles Day very much started in Asia, in China, and is spreading globally. It's now the biggest single shopping day across the globe, bigger than any of Amazon's days. Digital adoption, e-commerce opportunities expecting a 5x growth by 2025. IAB in Australia reported that 21% more AU brands are investing more than $50,000 per month on affiliate activity as they recognise the importance of performance marketing to drive new customer acquisition and repeat sales. And of course, cross-border commerce is still on the rise in Southeast Asia. So I rushed through that because it's more important you hear from these 3 guest speakers. We've got Jade McDade, Head of E-commerce at News Corp Australia, to talk about how they're approaching content commerce. We've got Shirley Yu, Strategic Partnerships Manager at Parole Paris, to talk about social commerce and the work they're doing around KOLs. And then we've got Alex Short from PerformID to talk about card-linked offers and audience segmentation. So that's enough from me. I'll hand over to Jade to take you through what they're doing at News Corp.
Well, hi everyone. Yes, I'm Jade McDade. My last name does rhyme with my first, and I'm the head of e-commerce and audience and partnerships at News Corp. So audience in terms of where do we get our audience from, how do we engage them, and partnerships, so how do we monetize the content and that relationship we have with our audience. So who is News Corp and what is affiliate content and commerce content at News Corp? I think that's just taking a second to load. Yes, so News Corp Australia, so we incorporate affiliates into our content in dedicated shopping environments. And we call this service journalism because we're answering a question for the reader and helping them find the best solution. We leverage the editorial integrity and the trust our audience has with our brands to do that. And we take data and audience-led cues to inform that content and what we write about. So we don't let retailers tell us what to write about. We'll take guidance. But one of the biggest retailers in the world said to me, we don't want to tell you what to write because you know your audience best. And we know you'll do it best and you'll bring them in on the products and the content and the topics that resonate with them. So it's really important for us to be audience-led and follow audience cues in everything we do. We have a strong SEO focus as well, so search optimization is important to us. We see those search queries and have really high intent. And for us, we bring our audience in on things like, which is the best air fryer, where to buy hooded or weighted blankets. So again, we're delivering a service to the reader there as well with our content. And we find we've been quite influential in how our readers make purchase decisions through transferring that value of our trusted editorial model and offering through our comparisons. So at News Corp, we've got several sites that we have commerce content on, and we do have that in dedicated environments. So in news.com.au in particular, it's important to ring fence that affiliate content and commercial content separately to the news environments. So we've got news.com.au best of, which is where we house all our affiliate and commerce content, Kids Spot Shopping, Body and Soul Shop, Vogue Shopping, GQ, Escape as well too. Escape's been an interesting brand, travel during a global pandemic, they don't go well together. So we've moved that brand more into travel products, things like hiking shoes, puffer vests as well. And Taste Delicious and The Australian we're starting to scale now as well. And with the content that we deliver on those sites, it's seasonal, it's sale, it's evergreen, and it's trending. And for us, evergreen content is incredibly important because that delivers always on revenue and sales transactions for retailers as well too. So with all of that content, we're looking to introduce, inspire and influence. And we're closing the sale as well there too with our short-term sale content and across all of those really for seasonal, evergreen and trending as well. So for us, we find to particularly like this model with evergreen content, it really delivers a sustainable growth for us and for our retail partnerships as well too. We launched about 18 months ago, and now we've got more than 2,000 articles that are generating sales for retailers. And it's obviously a key strategic priority for our business and generally moving forward. So when we consider the rise of commerce content, and we look at commerce content and the role we play in the consumer decision journey. We've seen really how consumers process information and the choices they make along the way have really evolved. The original marketing funnel was founded in 1898, which is insane to think of now. Like we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got all kinds of distractions that are just spiraling consumers in like bouncing all over the place. They're not just going in a linear fashion, approaching how they transact and how they purchase and how they consume content. So with the different types of content we cover, we hit them at all different points when they're bouncing around: exploration, evaluation, and we use different triggers in our content as well too, in terms of the reactions and the actions that we want readers of our content to take. So we're seeing now more, there's a really complicated web of touch points, and that really differs from consumer to consumer as well too. So with our different brands, we have a different approach to say how we might approach our content on Vogue versus how we approach it on Escape versus KidSpot versus news.com.au. So what we look at when we're writing our content is behavioural science. So there are 6 cognitive biases that influence purchase decision making and are influenced through our content. So category heuristics, so that might be something like simplifying product information and not overloading readers with information. The power of now, so hurry, targets on sale, it's 20% off now. Social proof, so how many 5-star reviews does this product get at a retailer? What are other shoppers and people who've purchased this product saying about that product? Scarcity bias, how many are left in stock? Is it a limited edition? Authority bias, is this a dentist approved toothbrush? We like to anchor it in authority to show there's something additional there on top of our editorial content, convincing a shopper as to why they should purchase this item. And the power of free. And how we do this through our content is in our headlines and our calls to action. So social proof, so we'd say here, yeah, this particular product has the most 5-star reviews at this beauty retailer. These are the Vogue editors' picks of the top books you should read, the things you should purchase from Vogue online shopping night out, what the best summer dresses are. Actually, that's the wrong way around. Yeah, that's the authority bias. And then, yeah, the power of now. So, yeah, hurry, this retailer's taking this % off and it's only for this limited time. And that's obviously why the Black Fridays, the Singles Days, Boxing Days do so well, because they're time-bound events. Okay, so I think we've just missed a slide there. Okay. Okay, there we go. So when you're working with partners, how should we work together? So we look to deliver always on key retailer partnerships. And what do we need from retail brands to do that? So we need information as far in advance as possible, weekly deals and key sales information, ideally a week prior, if not sooner. The further out we can get that information, the more content coverage a retailer will get. And transparency, speaking again to that like social proof and biases. What are the best-selling brands at this particular retailer? What's the watch that's the most sold? All those proof points are really helpful to illustrate in content, and we can drive product sales for specific products with that approach. And a mid to long-term view of the value of the content we create and deliver as publishers. So as I said, yeah, that evergreen content really delivers always on revenue and customers, as opposed to these short bursts that potentially are unsustainable. Be prepared to test and learn with this approach as well too. What works for one publisher or one brand might not work for another. And we find different approaches, different retailers and things resonate differently across our different sites. Multi-touch attribution as well too. When we look at that messy middle of customer decision making, we play at different parts. We play with coupons, we've got content that's influencers, we've got content that introduces, and we've got content that converts as well too. So we really encourage retailers to look at where we play and reward us for the value of that content and influencing what someone ultimately buys. So what's best practice as a publisher working with publishers? So you can incorporate commerce content into your existing model. That's how we started, just looking at what do we do well already, what are we writing, what are our readers clicking, and what's resonating with them. So it's easy to get up and running and testing and learning with a few pieces of content, so you can integrate links into existing content. And then monitor and assess what's working and use that to inform your future strategy. And for ongoing partnerships, I can't stress enough being audience-led. Our audience is everything. We're asking something of our audience. We're asking them to click a headline, to read our content, to click on a link, to make a purchase and part with their hard-earned money. So it's important to always keep them and their preferences in mind. Operate as partners, not clients. For us, commerce content, our success is the retailer's success. So we really like to operate with mutual benefits in mind and have the same KPIs, and to set and share and review them and communicate them to ensure we're working together to achieve them. Okay, thank you very much. Over to Shirley.
Yeah, thank you, Jade. That was excellent. And thank you for showing the hints and tips that you've learned through your time at News Corp for others to consider how they can monetize their audience and their content. So thank you very much. And so Shirley, over to you to introduce everyone to Parole Paris, please.
Hello. Hi. Hi guys. It's a pleasure to meet you guys here. I'm Shirley from Parole Paris, and we are like a content site working with Rakuten. And let me move forward. Okay, so we are PR agent based in Paris. And as a PR agent, we have like more global influencer resources, and we focus on performance and marketing, content marketing. And as I said, like our headquarters in Paris, and we have a branch in Hangzhou. And so we have a branch in Hangzhou, and so we focus more like in China, marketing in China, and we have like specialty to filter the influencers according to the brand requirement, and with our self-owned technology system that we can filter the influencer based on their audience profile and their performance back then, because we accumulate all those data with each transaction they made before, and with the brand they have promoted before, and we do this analysis. And when we have this brand, we want to promote which brand, and we filter this the influencer according to the brand requirement and their performance as well. So therefore, we can match the best for the brand. And as we know, like internationally, we use Instagram, YouTube, but in China, there are 5 specific platforms that most Chinese audience would like to use. For example, WeChat, Weibo, Little Red Book, TikTok, and B platform. That's B platform. And I'll in the further introduction, I will focus more on Little Red Book, Weibo, and WeChat. So and TikTok as well. As we know, like TikTok is very popular in China, and mostly because now because it's video site, and now lots of influencers, they like to do the live stream on TikTok. So the like timely they introduce this product and try it on, for example, like a makeup product, and they try on themselves, and lipstick, they try on their own lips and show the colors, and if it's clothes, they can show to the audience the fabric, the style, how to match with this, let's see, how to make their own look, and therefore the audience can see it immediately and timely. They can ask questions and ask anything they're interested about this product, and the influencer will answer the question. Therefore, it's very popular in China, and it's very performance driving, I'd say, like, and they can sell a lot on their video channel. And the thing is, like, for this channel, there are some specific specialty. First of all, it's more like the capture on, we'll say, on young generation, and the average order will not that high. We calculated as around like 40 USD per order. So it's more like a beauty product is more popular on this site, because live stream order, they would more like irrational purchasing. So if it's cheaper, like a cheaper product is more popular on this site. And on Little Red Book, we more focus on branding and seeding, and all those influencers rather on Weibo and Little Red Book, they have their own groups. When we're talking about the group, their audience groups, they have this audience, on WeChat, and we wrap them in a group. So therefore, they can answer the question timely, and their audience will ask them about like what kind of product or brand, or their insight about something, like a question about some product. And their own social group is a very good channel to sell the product. Okay, so, and on Tmall, and if you wanted to, if the brand wanted to enter China market, we studied these two platforms are very popular, the leading EC platform. One is Tmall, and one is the GD on the right. So Tmall are more focused on luxury, fashion, and beauty, and GD is more focusing on technology side, like camera, like digital product. So the last part, I have some insight sharing with you guys in China. So the influencer mode, first of all, the influencer mostly have their own audience group, as I mentioned, and this group can lead a high conversion. And the second is, like, if the brand wanted to operate their more and more brands, they operate their own private group on WeChat in China, because they know these the follower on their WeChat group are very valuable, because they can push the notification and all the information timely. And the third one is the Chinese audience prefer to purchase on their mobile rather than PC, which means they prefer to use their mobile to purchase instead of now shop on the official website. And the fourth one is each influencer has a different approach to their audience. Some, like, they are more product oriented, like, see, they can share the product, what is the interesting part of this brand. And some are like more discount approach. The influencer mostly sharing which kind of brand in which kind of a special date they are selling on a discount or special promotion. And the last part is, like, live stream is very popular and trading very trendy in China, and because it has been educated for Chinese consumer that if you purchase on live stream, and you can get the best price, or even if not the best price, but it's not gonna expensive than any other platform. Okay. The last part, how we work with Parole Paris, and if we work together, and we will launch this offer on our website, and our influencer will come to check if they are interested with the brand, so they will click join and to apply this program. And we filter the influencer profile, and to see if it's fit, if the audience or the influencer profile is fitting with the brand, and so we let them to promote, and it's the whole procedure. And this is basically all my sharing. I hope it is giving you guys some insight about Chinese market. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shirley. Appreciate you sticking with us there while I had a few technical issues, but great to hear what Parole Paris is doing in the influencer space in China. Just quickly before I hand over to Alex, a reminder for those of you who may have questions, please do submit through the Q&A, and hopefully we'll have time to answer them at the end. We do have a few already, but make sure you do ask away. So without further ado, over to Alex, who's going to talk about PerformID.
Great. Thank you so much, Stuart. It's really good to hear from you guys as well that you're seeing a lot of growth in card-linked offers. I think it's a super exciting space, and also really great to hear about the growth in the Korean market specifically. If I go to my first slide, explain a little bit about who PerformID are. PerformID, we've been in operation for almost 12 months now. And we have offices based in Seoul in South Korea, as well as here in Sydney. And just as of recently, we've become a platinum publisher on the Rakuten APAC network, which is super exciting for us. But before I dive into any more information about us, I want to give a big shout out to the Rakuten team for making that a possibility, and particularly to Jo, who's our account manager based in Singapore. She's been pivotal in making that happen. So PerformID, what we do is we give near real-time rewards to millions of Korean credit card customers, and we do that through our partnership together with American Express and Shinhan Card Korea. Shinhan Card, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is the country's largest national bank, and with about 37% market share. Great. So I suppose why I love my job every day, if I start out with this point, is that our model is an all partner gain model. It's super exciting in that very few industries I've ever worked in has a point where everybody wins. You know, the merchants who we are working with, they get increased exposure, they get access to new audiences, automated partner marketing, which is very low cost and low risk for them. For our bank partners, Shinhan Card and Amex, it's super exciting for them as well because they get increased merchant fees, customer loyalty, competitive edge against other bank partners or card networks, as well as interest on any of their unpaid customer bills or invoices. For PerformID, we have a exciting rev share model, as well as flat fees and performance bonuses for helping that wheel turn. And for the customers, they're going to benefit from getting their top benefits and targeted offers to them specifically. To give you a quick refresh on, I suppose, the traditional loyalty model, if we have a look at cashback or rewards, typically we have to wait 60 to 90 days from the moment that somebody purchases to the point that they get paid out. And so we looked at this as, you know, one of these everyday issues that PerformID wanted to solve, and we could do that through our partnerships with banks or crediting systems. And so how we've sort of driven that innovation, right. So what we've done is we've created this new product where we combine the sort of front end affiliate cashback portal style and with the back end elements of the technology of American Express. So it's super exciting in that for the first time we've been able to use the banking technology to match that together with an affiliate transaction, and to allow customers to receive those rewards directly back onto their credit card statement. So excitingly for the customer, there's no application to withdraw their cash back. Just within 7 days after their purchase, they'll receive a statement in a line item in their statement that will issue them back, say 10 or 20% back on their purchase automatically. This is a market first use case for American Express, and we believe it's definitely meeting today's demand. I think there's quite a lot of aging loyalty platforms out there that have come and gone, and I think that card-linked offers is probably propelling the way forward in sort of large audience segmented loyalty marketing. Great, so here's a English example of our product. About 30 seconds. Great. So that might have been a tiny bit glitchy, hopefully not, but you'll get the sort of look and feel for how our website looks. If we have a look at the evolution of our product, I think what we've done is really change things up in the loyalty space. Now, rather than waiting that 60 to 90 days, the time period of receiving your reward has been shortened to 7 to 10 days, in some cases even less than that. In the card linking space, what we've done is we've fused affiliate tracking together with financial tracking. And so previously with a lot of card linked offers, we saw that merchants were paying out twice. They were paying out one for a card linked offer and then two for any other affiliate that may have touched or any other marketing channel that might have touched that audience on the way through the marketing funnel. And now that we're fusing those technologies together, it's super exciting for the merchant that they'll only need to pay once. This also allows for things like the deduplication against other affiliates, but importantly to report on things that financial technology couldn't do in the past, such as reporting on partial returns. And then that in turn leads to increased rates for us as well as profitability for the merchants. In the payment space, it's great for American Express or Shinhan Card because at the checkout, there's no disintermediation of them. There's a very busy space developing at the moment with the likes of Shopify, PayPal, Stripe, and where no longer are these card networks available as the primary source at checkout or the preference for the customer. So we're kind of pulling that back a little bit to make sure that that does happen at checkout. For the customers, I think it's a very clear vision in that the trust and alignment with their local bank or with a company like American Express gives them the comfort in knowing that I pay an annual fee for my card, I deserve rewards for that. I think that quite a common issue for the cashback or reward space previously is not understanding where that cashback or reward comes from. There might often be that sort of misunderstanding from a customer to think about, is this a scam site, is it not? But that alignment with the bank really creates that trust element for customers. And then similarly for the advertisers, the reputation with the banking system has that premium brand alignment, which I think for them is super important. It doesn't degrade their brands, particularly if we look at things like the luxury segment. When luxury merchants don't want to be seen to be discounting, it looks like the bank is actually providing a bank issued reward. Great. And then I think Stu kind of touched on, we were going to have a chat about engagement. And what's really exciting for our technology is that we're able to reward different types of bank customers based on what kind of credit product they own. So for example, if we have platinum card tier members, we're able to match those customers' expectations with their rewards. We could issue platinum card members, for example, an additional 5% bonus, or there might be lower tiers or different new card products that might be launched. And we might have to, coincide some of those new credit card products with some bespoke or exclusive offers. Great. And then, so the last piece, I suppose, is for merchants who want to work with PerformID. I think, you know, at the moment, when we talk about Shinhan Card specifically, I suppose the most important piece is that you have the ability to ship and track in Korea, and you have some sort of brand awareness there. The bank, as I said, they have the largest market share, 12 million card holders, and 3 million of those are American Express. And excitingly, what Amex and Shinhan will do is they'll use some of their additional budget to also promote some of the offers, as well as using their own channels. So it really aligns new brands who want to enter that market with the largest bank. So the requirements for advertisers are obviously quite high for that. We usually seek a sort of premium CPA level, but it definitely differs on category. And we just need a few other points, such as you know, some creative from the merchant, so we can set up a brand page and then a description about the brand and a few other smaller details. And that's pretty much it from us.
Brilliant. Thank you, Alex. I share your optimism about the opportunity in this space with card-linked offers. So thank you for sharing for those on the call. Okay, so we do have some questions for Q&A, but still do send through any questions you might have for our panelists. But a reminder that if we can't get through your questions, we will of course make sure that we share them with the panelists, and also we will share the panelists' contact details after this in case you do want to get in touch with them directly. Okay, so where should we start? So Jade, quite a bit of interest in the content commerce piece. So what are your recommendations for the trial and error testing process for new content players? How do you recommend that publishers start monetizing their organic content and their evergreen content?
Yeah, good question. We actually started using an affiliate network aggregator, Skimlinks, and who aggregates obviously all the affiliate networks like Rakuten. And we just simply put that Skimlinks JavaScript tag on our pages and content to see what content we're writing and doing that's working already, to help inform that. So that kind of gives you a view of what's working. And then, yeah, test and learn collaboratively with retail partners who we want to grow sales volume for. We'll look at what are their key priorities, what is our audience like, and try and find the sweet spot between the two. Sometimes the things you think might work don't, and the things you don't think work will surprise you. So never be scared to try anything.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jade. Okay, question for Alex and Shirley. Quite an interesting question. For APAC publishers, do you prefer to work with local brands, or do you also work with brands simply shipping to the APAC region? So example, warehouse in the USA.
Yes. You mean local brand? You mean the brand in China, or?
Yeah. So local brands versus, I guess, your cross-border commerce brands.
Well, we can. Both we're interested in both. So because we can do like in US and in China and in France as well. So I would say both we okay, and we don't really have like a very specific, like we require only in China or US. And if the brand wants to promote their market in China, we have a special team in China, and they can communicate the localize and help the brand to promote according to the local culture. I mean, like the trendy, the digital trendy, the market, and also to help the brand to build up the Tmall store, and we all have those resources can help the brand to expand their market in China.
Great. And I think, Shirley, what I liked about your presentation was it did kind of get across the message of how complicated and unique the China market is, and therefore why it's important finding partners like yourself who really understand the market and help advertisers kind of make the most of the opportunity there. Alex, did you want to build on that? Or?
Yeah, we have merchants who don't ship directly to Korea. So some of our customers we can see are using freight forwarders for several reasons. They often can avoid things like taxes and duties, or if they order several American or European items at one time, they can sort of bulk them all together. and just pay for shipping once, and particularly if a merchant offers free shipping in Europe or free shipping in the US, customers are pretty accustomed to doing that. But again, it is that extra step and it is an extra barrier. So if there is direct shipping and things like that, it definitely does help.
Yeah, brilliant. I think the complications of delivery, operations, the use of VPNs does make it sometimes quite difficult for advertisers to understand their China-based consumers. So interesting, Alex, thank you. With the rise of card-linked technologies, there is a risk of content sites losing their deserved attribution to the card-linked technology provider. How are networks planning to navigate this problem? I guess probably best for me to answer that, given I work at a network. This type of development, this type of innovation within the affiliate marketing space, for me, makes it more important to work with networks where, we do work very closely and in tandem between advertisers and publishers. I think, or I hope that today, all of you have been reassured about how important we see our publisher partnerships and why we're putting on the Global Partnership Week. We want to make sure that the publishers who are actually driving revenue, sales, are being fairly rewarded, work with advertisers and publishers to mediate on their behalf, which is a role that our publisher development team kind of does get involved with. So I think for me that is one of the strengths of the networks in terms of providing that mediation. Okay, don't know if we've got, okay, so Alex, one for you, PerformID. Do you see any fraud with 7-day cashback turnaround? Or does the cashback automatically get taken away when the product is returned?
So when a product is returned, we automatically pull back or claw back what we issued to the customer. It's a little bit different when you're dealing with a bank-owned customer as opposed to a loyalty customer that you don't really know or have a relationship with.
Yeah. So very secure lens summary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We currently don't have any more questions, and I know no one can actually ask them direct because of the settings on the webinar. So we will wrap it up for now. So thank you everyone for attending. A reminder that there is a Test Your Knowledge pub quiz this Friday at 3 p.m. Australia Eastern Time. Top 3 contestants will win a gift card. So please do register your interest at the link below. We will be sending around all materials, including recording. We will share the contact details of all of those that took part today, so that hopefully the interest that they have sparked, you're able to quickly get in touch with them and see how that can help you with your Q4 planning. So thank you everyone that has joined. We appreciate you taking an hour out at a very busy time of the year, and wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Thank you.